Alright, what's up everybody? It is the last pikeman here, and today we are getting into another Rome 2 siege battle. Um, Attacking over here, we got Epirus, we have me as Carthage, and then we have Suebi, I think, no, Getae, I think. Uh, I'm not 100%, but anyways, let me give you the breakdown of what it looks like we're trying to do here, and then we'll get into the battle. So I'm back here, just kind of holding my troops back. I do have some of the tortoises though, so I want to bring them over here and open up some sections of the wall kind of further down. Epirus looks like they're going to do the same. And then Getae, they look like they are really like just hanging out here ready to run in, right? I do have a little sneaky move over here. So I only left two of my troops over here, and they're the Gaelic warriors, so they're like my two weaker ones. Kind of thinking my troops can push in over here, or my allies can push in over here. They'll be just fine, especially since we're concentrated. And then I can rain just fire down on these guys because I see we have a couple of torches here to push this. I have an amazing shot at all their troops right here, right? So it's kind of a sneaky little play. I left two troops over here kind of to defend, one from artillery fire and to move the towers, and then two from if there were to be a sally out, right? So we could at least get a little bit of a trade. So I really like that. And yeah. So here goes the start of the battle. Looks like obviously they have some. Wow, what a crazy good shot. They have some wall artillery, obviously. Yeah. Wow, those guys are extremely likely to be alive. So I think they're just. I don't know if they can go through the catapults or not, or the ballistas or not. Over here, by the way. Yeah, they did have one right there. I didn't really know until he started the battle. So I'm gonna move this tower just to kind of block that left flank there. I honestly I would have figured they would have put one here or something for the troops over here, and then my troops here, but obviously it would have been blocked. So good on them. Good on them. But I'm just gonna move one tower. That's why I got these guys here. So I'm pretty satisfied with that currently. Um, yeah. Other than that, Epirus. They got let's see here, Royal Peltis, Italian Swords, Samnite Warriors. So they got some pretty good guys here. Hero Spears, etc. They also have some ballistas over here, hitting the towers, which is actually great. Is that Epirus? I believe, yeah. So that's solid. We weren't gonna have to worry about those. I mean, I don't know. They take out like if we're sieging, it depends for how long. They'll take out a good number of you guys. Getae is just like swarming his troops. But by the way, over here, this is my first little hint that Pontus is coming out. So I'm like, okay, get these guys off the tower. We'll be good. It's just one unit that's suicide, right? Slowly starting to realize, okay, there's a couple more troops coming here. I don't know how my ballistas are able to even just miss at that range, but that's great. And yeah, so just more keep coming. I only have two Gaelic warriors. I could probably do these guys though because I have my army quite close, and I can just pull them over here really quick. So yeah. I'm starting to realize, okay, maybe let's get the siege guys out of here, I can definitely scrap with these guys. They're nothing, insane. My Gaelic warriors, I don't remember if I upgraded them or not, but they could do something. Oh, no way. Look, these little scorpions are shooting down at them. That's funny. Yeah, 3 guys missing. That's funny. 2 guys missing from that one? Huh. Didn't know. Yeah. I don't know if they got to throw off. They did the animation, but anyways, Gaelic warriors, they're in here. They're scrapping. You hear the fighting. Trying to throw some jabbies at the back of these guys. Didn't kill anybody. I don't know. I'm still not sure when you fight in towers like this if the towers eat up arrows and stuff, or if they're trying to shoot past them. I truly, I can never figure it out. So yeah, I'm starting to realize, okay, wait, maybe this is more of an issue than I had anticipated. So I'm going to bring over just 1 or 2 troops, bring over my general just for some cavalry charges. By the way, probably should not be using this guy too much. Very not great unit of cavalry is what I would say. So yeah, so I got some noble fighters actually that I'm like, okay, this is a perfect fight for these guys. They can get in here on the flanks. There's no archer fire, nothing to like flank them or skirmish them down. They're gonna just destroy these guys. So that's going on over here, kind of maneuvering that. Epirus is coming over to help me with their cavalry, which is great. We're gonna just pan over this way. So the walls are down. I do have a Gaelic warrior unit here. I'm still moving some tortoises in, so I'm not focusing too much over here, obviously. But yeah, we're not in just quite yet. We got to take care of the situation over here. And so Pontus is pushing out more troops, which is crazy. Obviously, as the defender, you have less money, and you're supposed to use the walls and the defense to your advantage. So if you sally out like this, then typically you are at a disadvantage, right? Which I don't mind. I have my army right here, right? Like Epirus and Getae, they're all over here. I can, like, even minus my couple of guys over there, I could fight him. I could definitely fight this guy, right? I have good troops over here. My hoplites are still chilling. I'm gonna bring him over eventually. I could definitely scrap this guy, and I'm already winning these skirmishes, these battles right here. Especially with Epirus helping with these cavalry charges, so they're good. So I think right here, and obviously, okay, the full army's coming out now, right? The full army is outside the gates. I'm gonna pull my guys back. We can form a line, and I can fight him here, dude. I could fight him here, and then my other 2 allies could just push. But Epirus is worried. They're gonna move over some units. I really just don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think, like, he doesn't have anything that's scary to me. He has Pontic swords. I mean, they're not bad, but like, I can fight these guys 100%. We already broke like 1, 2 of their units. I only had Gaelic warriors in there, right? Those are my meat shields. So I mean, sometimes they actually get good kills, but you know, more or less, yeah, they're there to soak up damage and everything. My noble fighters are secure over here. They already have 49 kills. They did well. Libyan infantry, I thought that said javelin for some reason. They're doing well. They're still pretty healthy. Gaelic warriors half health, so we're gonna get them out of there. And just, you can see this line that I'm trying to form right here. Rough line. I got my archers mostly up here, kind of moving up some other guys here. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. On the other side of the battle, all the way over here, we're still waiting to knock down these portions of walls. I don't know. And I really don't know. This guy might be glitched up here. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't think we should push in just yet. I mean, these guys are going to, you know, their levies and their spears, right? They're weak units. They're going to eat up Sapila, etc. But you know, when you push, I think you need to push hard, and you need to overwhelm them, and you need to use archer support, right, to really get in these walls. So I don't think we push. I don't think we should push until we're certain that we're ready to, right? And I got 2 units right here. We could probably push in here and break them pretty quick. I don't think they're ready to defend this. But yeah, so Getae is focusing over here. I wish, so Epirus pulled about half of their army over here. I don't think this is necessary. I think truly I could definitely, it's not like I don't appreciate it. I think it's nice, a nice gesture, but I just think, here's why I think. Oh, 1 second, I'm making a video. Here's why I think is, sorry, I had to trim that real quick because I forgot I was in Discord and my friends started talking. Here is what I think. I stay here. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I stay here and I kill these guys. I mean, straight up, I just fight them. Who cares? I mean, they're not in. I mean, maybe this Onager has ammo. I don't care. I think I can take them. But you know, Epirus is literally asking me to retreat. He's asking me to move back. He wants to move his army back. I don't think that's a bad idea either. Okay. And then we can hold a smaller section with some troops, and they're at a disadvantage out in the field. They don't push us, and then we push in. However, the issue with this is Getae has already been pushing in with basically zero momentum, zero footholds here, right? Which I don't think is a huge deal because mostly they've just been their spears, and that's not right. It's not a huge deal to repeat myself, but you know, we need to make progress in here. So we need to, if we're going to pull back and do this, we really need to start slamming troops in here. We need to start supporting them with archers. We need to, you know what I'm saying? We need to make a foothold and get in there. So anyways, that's what I think. But if we want to do that, that's fine. I'm going to pull back. You know, we're working as a team. We're units here, right? But what I think I would have preferred here is to hold this area, fight Pontus here, and then reclaim my siege equipment to push again literally this section that we just opened up. They will not be able to push that, and since we're having issue or defend that with my artillery fire, since we're having issues over here, I think that would be a great second possibility. So I'm pushing in some Gaelic warriors, just trying to help out. I'm really seeing that we're struggling up here, and that we can get some extra support here, right? So we're fighting in the breach holes. Walked a living unit in here. Horrible idea. When they're boxed up like this, just don't even do it. Yeah, I try to get them out. I don't know if they break or not. I think they're okay. They got destroyed by... Who is throwing? They're throwing from this far away? These Iberian swords. Wow, that's actually insane. I didn't even know they could throw that far away. Are you serious? That's like a Theros spear unit throw. I don't know if that's a glitch or what. But anyways, what we should be doing, and Getae and I possibly should be doing, is we got units tying, you know, some guys up in here. We should be flooding this. We should be literally flooding this. Now the only issue is that they have archers, but we can hide behind buildings over here. And I think honestly we could probably put these guys near the beach and get them out of the range. Give you a perspective of what's going on over here. Pontus is just chasing, right? And they've lost very little. I mean, they have lost a couple of troops, but I just don't think. I don't think we should let them out like this. I think we could go collapse and destroy them. But for us to be able to do that, Getae needs to stop pushing and hold basically our back line here. We come over here, destroy this guy, right? Especially since we have like Epirus's 2 units of cavalry. I mean, it's not a lot, but it is enough to tie them down and to prevent a lot of troops from retreating, right? To harass them, to slow them down, to hit them in the back. We have the archer units. We completely overwhelm them out here, basically, if we fight them. Now, I know we did see Tylus in here, kind of little spots and you know, vision. So they're definitely hanging out on these walls. You know, they got a couple guys over here, but they're definitely hanging out in here. They don't want us to push it, and if we come out here, it's possible that they flank us. Still don't think that that's an issue, truly. At least unless, you know, we still push this. So obviously in here, oh great, my guys are turned backwards. How does that even happen? You know, like, come on guys, let's turn around. Ooh, nice. I think we missed a good couple of my volleys, but I have been getting solid hits on these guys. Oh yeah, now they're running backwards. We're getting some volleys in there. Yeah, that's a good couple of kills right there. These guys, I have them on heavy shot, so they just started firing, but still good kills. And this guy, right? I'm breaking in here. I'm gonna flank. Boom, easy. I wish they would run a little harder. That's all right. Obviously, they do have reinforcements. They have them right here on this wall. They're going to be able to hit me, but I kind of don't care. This unit's going to hold out probably not that long, especially if they throw jabbies into them. But I am able to shoot them in the back really well like that. So I kind of want them here and not facing the wall. So check this out. Hopefully we can get a good good view of this. I was super excited about this one. Yeah, so they're already dropping. They're at 142 just a second ago. Yeah, they're getting destroyed by archer fire. He realizes, yeah, okay, we need to break this unit and hold the front really quickly because we're getting destroyed. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, we're just racking up kills right there. And look at all the archer fire coming in here. Great. Actually great. So, yeah, not bad. Not great, but, you know, we're using this opportunity to try and push some pressure here and push in. At least I am. I seriously think that Epirus should... He's... like, and I'm not, like, talking crap or anything. I'm just like, you know, this was my issue. I was out here fighting this guy. Like, let me do it. I can do it. But when I realized Epirus wasn't going to, I try to move my guys into the breach points because somebody has to, or we're going to lose. And I only say that because we don't have to breach. I don't want to breach, to be honest with you. But Gate is just throwing bodies in there. So if we don't help them, then it's for sure a loss. Okay? That's basically how it's going. Have this guy here. Kind of forget about him. And obviously I thought that this could happen. They could sally out as well. Especially because Gate, I mean, they have suffered casualties, right? So we are now at a disadvantage. They have definitely killed more of Gate than Gate has of them. So they're confident enough to get out here and start fighting. And they do have a numbers advantage at this point, right? And so I see this. I got my 2 noble fighters. They can definitely cook that up. They can kill those guys. So I can bring them in here pretty far that, you know, the towers don't shoot too far, and they can destroy those guys. Over here, I'm just trying to do as much as I can with these archers. I think they're doing well. Oh no, actually, sorry, I switched them because this is happening here. They don't get hit. I see this in time, and I'm moving back. Over here, so let me tell you what happened. Gate just rage quit, and the computer just started running their troops in. So yeah, not great. But you can see, by the way, had I been able to hold this position here and launch artillery in here, we could just push this breach, this gap so easily. And I think, like, it's hard to see or to tell, but maybe my range is like up to here, you know? It's pretty far. So I could hit their archers, I could hit all their swords. And even like if we throw our meat shields in here and I just hit these guys, worth it anyways. So yeah, pretty disappointed I didn't get to fully enact that strategy. So I will remember it though for future games. I really want to use it. But Pontus, very patient, very patient. Something that we definitely lacked in this fight. You know, had we been more patient and waited to push into the walls, I think this could have gone differently here. Got my hoplite unit in there. Obviously, they're getting destroyed. They got 64 kills, so they didn't just get murdered. But yeah, we did start to get a little bit of a foothold over here. We're kind of pushing in, and the you know, PC computer started to push in Gate. So that's not bad either, because then we're actually like scrapping in here. You know, we're actually killing. And if we had archers firing on the flanks, we could definitely push through this area here. I'm still trying to use the archers to shoot anybody with their backs turned to me. Get kills where I can. Epirus is actually pushing some guys in here. It's good to see. But obviously we need to hold our troops out here. This is a big, long stretch of land here, and now that they have the superior numbers advantage, they can slip troops in and fight us wherever, right? Yeah, so if you haven't figured it out yet, we are crumbling. We are a little I don't even know what to say. We're just a little speck, and they're surrounding us at this point. Rome doing well to hold, you know, this line of defense. Obviously, I see this little gap here. I only have Gallic warriors here. This is definitely a weak point in our defense right here. However, they are accompanied by Samnite warriors just to the side of them, so that's pretty solid. And yeah, but they are going to start moving up and running down the Gate right here, and it's just tough, man. Just tough. Just tough. It's a tough one, but it's kind of a fun, interesting fight. It's not this you know, I wanted to show this one just because it's like more dynamic. You know, it's cool how they sally out, and we're like holding this line of defense and trying. And I truly do believe that this is, you know, was a winnable fight for sure. Got these guys in here trying to pull a flank, just Libyan infantry, being supported with archers, but they are definitely losing, which I don't know why, who they're fighting against, or if that's true. But yeah, not great. But we do finally get a foothold here. My Gaelic warriors, 85 kills, not bad. That's what I was saying. Like their quote unquote meat shields are much cheaper, but 85 kills is still 85 kills. That's solid. I mean, they're better than like hoplites, so maybe I should just never bring them. But it's probably, they probably did okay because they were paired with hoplites, honestly. But you can see, like, look at Carthage right here. Zero pressure right here. What are they gonna do? They're gonna sally out for sure. I mean, they can take even just this stretch right here. This is small. They can defend this. Obviously, they don't want to give up, you know, these breach points and let us in and flank them. But we just don't even have the numbers. Like, they don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Pontus is just closing in. I literally forget about this guy. I'm not even looking over here anymore. But he is a hoplite unit. He's gonna do what he needs to do. If he can soak up arrows or you know, swords or pila, you know, he'll be able to do that. So yeah, you can kind of see how this battlefield is forming up. Epirus, you know, takes the initiative on slipping back a little bit. I used my Gaelic unit just to kind of buy some time. Saw they were closing in here, and they're beat up. You know, I saw Epirus closing this gap. I don't need to be out there anyways. Oh, I do remember him. Nice. Brought back a little bit. But as you can see, look, this Epirus line does not encompass any of this area over here. Any of that. Oh, not great. Not great. But yeah, so I still have noble fighters and Samnite warriors holding the flanks. It is my hope that if they come out here with their... Okay, so they do have another Samnite warrior. But it is my hope that if Carthage comes out here, sallies out, I can fight with my 2 elite units and hold this flank with minimal unit presence, right? That is only going to be true if we can hold this right here and this right here, so they don't flank out these 2 or sally out these 2 breach points as well. And by the way, I mean, I don't know, using 2 I guess is fine right here. I probably would have spaced them. But yeah, not looking great. Not looking great. Well, I'm gonna shoot at their archers over here. They're still shooting. They still have ammunition. I want to get this here. Wow, what a scene. Look at the sun. If we can get these guys not being run through.
Cheer up. They died today.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, getting a couple of them. Yeah. It's so crazy how different it looks without, like, the HUD. Just people dying everywhere. It looks cool. Like, look at this line. Clearly, though, yeah, 87. Losing. Oh, yeah, they're not a great unit. I see that. It's Celtic Warriors. Oof. Oh, yeah, and how I mentioned previously that this flank is just, like, we don't have the bodies to hold it. Yeah, we definitely do not have the bodies to hold it. They realize that. Here comes all their troops. I got my noble fighters going up there. I only have 1 individual Samnite warrior holding the flank with 2 archers. Not good all around. All around, not good. Epirus definitely just throwing bodies, you know, their cavalry at these guys to try and hold them off as long as they can. Noble, you know, very noble. My noble fighters will go in here, but, you know, there's so many of them who, you know, who's to say I'm not just going to get instantly flanked. Boom. Thank goodness they throw it at my archers and not my noble fighters. And I'm kind of hoping if they do flank the noble fighters, we can just shoot them with arrows. But we have another issue. They are finally sallying out. They are fresh. They've been hanging out for a while. Samnite warriors, Libyan infantry. They're going to use their Libyan infantry just to tie me up, and their Samnite warriors to go to town, which like I said, we just don't have the bodies. I just can't run away from this fight and ignore them. They're gonna catch me. So, yeah, oof. That is tough. That is tough. I wonder if we can get a shot of these guys fighting. Nice. Yeah, I mean, my Samnite warriors should win that, right? Yeah, winning decisively, but they're still gonna hold them for, you know, quite a while. General coming in. Yeah, 27 horse or 27 cavalry left. Horrible charge. No. No. Yeah, he's cooked, man. He's cooked. Oh, and their general's coming in here. So if you haven't figured it out already, yeah, I'm pretty sure we lose this one. My noble fighters, 265 kills already, by the way. They just, I mean, they cracked them. I seriously, like, oh man, I had good troops, man. I could have destroyed Pontus. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I've been saying it all game, but I truly believe it, had we slowed down on the assault and just killed Pontus, we probably would have won this. You know, just defenders, they're at a complete disadvantage. They have less troops, they have less, you know, it depends how you build your army, but they have less money. So they're going to have a weaker unit, or a weaker army outside of the city walls. So, yeah, and just, oof. Everyone's flanked. Actually, my hoplite unit held out for quite a while. 120 kills. I don't even know, like, oh my goodness. And as a general, it was a late Carthaginian hoplite unit. Like, if they're able to do that into their units, man, we could have destroyed Pontus out there. Anyways, a little bit of regret. I still think it was a cool replay. So as far as like losses to kills, me and Epirus kind of just about even right there. Gate, not even at all. I don't think it's like, I'm not like crapping on them, but like, yeah, if they had waited, you know, if we had more patience, I think pushing the settlement or the city, this could have gone differently. And Tidalus racked up kills, which is crazy because they weren't out there till, you know, the very end. They have an insane number of kills. I guess they had a couple guys defending the other side of the walls, so maybe that's not entirely true. Carthage main defending force on the gates, they did very well for themselves. Sorta, I mean, they still lost about 2,000 and killed 2,200, so actually just about even right there, really. But obviously, you know, there's like a 200 kill to loss difference for us. It's about 200 for them. But they completely did better. Right here, about 400 difference. And honestly, like, man, we could have taken them. We could have taken them. So in the future, you know, lesson learned. And obviously, like, these matches would be so much more interesting if you could communicate with people. So I do hope to kind of, you know, get somebody on here that I can communicate with and make a video with. So anyways, overall, you know, it is what it is. I think it's still a cool replay. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching another video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe.